Why can I not see with my eyes that were given to me? What it do? What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. You know, it's your girl, Natalia. And today, as you can see by the title of the video, I will be telling y'all about the first time that I did psilocybin, psychedelic mushrooms. So, boom, let's get into it. First, I want to disclose this by saying that although I am a psychedelic advocate, this is not a just, oh, go do psychedelics video, you know. Two things you want to ensure that you're paying proper attention to and have an intention with is your setting your mindset. How your mindset has been over the past 2 weeks. Have you been having maybe suicidal thoughts? Been feeling depressed? However, whatever's been looming up there, you want to pay attention to that when deciding whether or not you want to do mushrooms. And then you're setting your environment, your physical environment, who you're around, you know. Make sure you're around people that you trust. If it's your first time, you know, I'd recommend a guide. You don't need one, but if you would feel safer with one, I'd recommend just having someone that you trust there that is sober, that can, you know, comfort you. So putting that out there, make sure you're taking care of yourselves. Psychedelics can be, you know, a truly phenomenal gift when healing and just releasing traumas. And at the same time, they can be a lot for the human mind. So if you know your mind cannot handle things outside of the ordinary, then let's take it a step back, okay? All right, boom. Let's get into it, y'all. Honestly, I think I'm gonna make this 2 parts because I don't know if I'm going to cover everything in this video because I didn't write anything down. I didn't make an outline or anything. I'm gonna just be talking and I know I'm gonna forget some stuff that I want to talk about. So I'm gonna just do 2 parts. All right, boom. So my very first mushroom trip was that March or April? I don't know. It was either end of March or early April. I really don't remember. But I did mushrooms with my man and we got it was 7 grams. So we each did 3.5, which is a heroic dose basically. And that's when you have the visuals, you have the ego death, you have the everything. That's where everything happens, you know. So boom, again, this is my first time. My man has done mushrooms almost a dozen times, honestly, if I remember correctly. I got my water here because I be talking and my throat be getting dry. But boom, we got a B&B and it was like a cabin. So it was a cabin B&B. That's important to the story, right? So boom, what day was it? Saturday? It was Saturday. It was in the afternoon, and then we ate breakfast. That was all we ate. So it was time for us to do the mushrooms, right? And everything I do with intention. So I got my incense, I was cleansing the mushrooms. I asked my man, what are your intentions for this trip? I set my intentions for this trip, and my intention was to go within and get to know my shadow, basically, and just get to know the parts of me that I hadn't discovered yet, right? So those are my intentions and everything. And then he set his intentions, and then I made a smoothie out of the mushrooms because it's just I don't know how people just be eating the mushrooms dry. That's too earthy for me, respectfully. I love, you know, my earth, my plants, my vegetables, but that's too earthy for me. So I made a smoothie out of kiwi. I put the mushrooms in there, and then we had some type of pressed juice and coconut water, and then I mix it all up and everything, and boom, we were drinking it and everything. That man, he finished his smoothie in like 0.5 seconds. I'm over here, low key, I was not gonna say I was scared, but I was just worried. Not worried either, but I was just, I don't know the emotion, but it wasn't like a heavy emotion. I was just concerned maybe about what might come up, because I'm just like, I don't know, like I've never done mushrooms before. I knew I was ready to do them, but at the same time I was like, I don't know about like, the things that are gonna come up, right? Boom. So while we're waiting for them to hit, we're playing this card game. If you know the card game, We're Not Really Strangers, from the Red Table Talk, Jada Pinkett Smith. Well, is she still Jada Pinkett Smith? Jada Pinkett? I don't know. Anyways, so boom, while we're playing the card game, that's when it starts to hit. Like, I know it started to hit because like my body started to feel heavy. Like, and I still don't know why. Maybe it's just because like I had a lot of energy in my body that I hadn't moved through. Like, because I didn't work out that day. Like, I got up, I didn't work out, I did some stretching, but I didn't do any like, intensive workout to like that I usually do to move the energy through my body, right? So I was telling my man how I was feeling and everything. I was telling him like my body is feeling heavy. He was saying that, whenever he knows it's working, is that his body starts to feel really light. So like when I told him my body was feeling heavy, like, he carried me outside, and then we went outside to sit in the grass. Bro, when I tell you, when he put me down on the grass, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like everything was breathing. Everything was breathing. I was like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, if you ever been on mushrooms, you know how it is. Like, you can see everything expand and contract because everything is breathing, because everything is consciousness. So everything takes that breath of life. And I was literally just so fascinated by this. I was like, yo, like, wow. Like, I was just so in awe. Like, I was just so astonished because I'm just like, wow, like the grass beneath me is breathing. The house is breathing. The trees are breathing. Everything is breathing and moving and alive. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so freaking beautiful. And like, it's like, March, early April, so it's like cool kind of, but the sun was just, it felt like the sun, I could feel the life that the sun was giving us. Like I could feel the life force energy that was being given to us by the sun, and we were just like overwhelmed with gratitude, like literally thanking everything, like thanking the air, thanking the sun, thanking the clouds, like thanking the trees. And it's just like, it was just a beautiful moment for me because I'm just like, wow, like I'm really surrounded by life 24/7. It doesn't matter if, you think objects are inanimate, I don't know, but not alive, because everything is consciousness. Everything is consciousness. Everything is consciousness. This consciousness, every single thing. And everything that holds consciousness breathes. Okay? So, boom, I'm just like literally just, first of all, the visual stimulation was a lot. But then like when I closed my eyes, I could see, all I was seeing was the flower of life. That's all I kept seeing. Like my, what is that called? Not hallucination, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, that's all I kept seeing was a flower of life. And just, it was low-key overwhelming, not in a bad way though. I was just not ready for how much information I was receiving at that point of time. Like I was literally getting downloads about everything about the universe, every secret of the universe. I was getting downloaded into, not into, because it's like already in me. It was just like, it's like I was opening zip files within me, So everything was like just coming to me, and I was just coming to these deep realizations about life and consciousness and just my time here, like this life specifically. So boom, it was It was low-key overwhelming, and we were just so giddy, like so giggly. Like I was just so happy. Like everyone talks about like how like happy you get like when you're on shrooms and everything, like you just be laughing and everything. I was literally just like cackling, laughing. Mind you, like there are other people in this neighborhood, so it's just like there was one like, someone who drove by. I know they was looking at me crazy because I was literally just like, I really had that childlike joy. It was really ancestral joy, honestly, because the life that I live now, like none of my ancestors have lived like I live now, you know? So the joy that I was experiencing in my life, the love that I was experiencing within my life, it has not been like that for any of my ancestors. That was a download that I was receiving heavily too, as well. It's just that I am the first of my kind to do it how I am doing it, you know? So it was just like my ancestors were living through me, and it's just like the joy that they felt to be able to live through me and for me to be able to live the life that I do. It was just overwhelming. Like the joy was overwhelming. So yeah, we was just, you know, chilling, talking and everything. And, you know, my man was talking to the trees. The trees were talking to us, bruh. The trees were talking to us, bruh. The trees were talking to us. And it's just like, bruh, the trees, like, they'll adapt to humanity. It's like, as humanity evolves, they will evolve in the way that they communicate with us. So it was like, my man, like, was telling me how the tree basically like had sent him like through communication has sent him a meme, and it was just so funny. Like it was so funny. And then like it got to the point where the thing about the trees, like, you know, they're neutral, you know, so it's just like, you know, they don't want to see you get hurt, but like they not gonna do nothing. Like what they gonna do, all they can do is warn you. So it came to the point where they were like joking about us being like, you know, mauled by like a wild animal. They was just like, oh, y'all looking like food right now. And we were like joking at first. Like my man was telling me, because he was the one receiving this communication, he was just joking and everything, but then he realized, oh, the trees are trying to warn us, because like the area that we were in, like we said, we were in a cabin. So like we were surrounded by nature and everything. So there could have, and I'm pretty sure that was very much a wild animal, like just watching us. Not that they had malintention, but just in case, you know, we had to get our ass up out of there. So yeah, the trees was like warning us that, you know, an animal was watching us. And like as you begin to focus, you know, you're present, that like you're just aware that you're being observed, you know, because consciousness affects consciousness. So once you really zone in and you're like, oh, okay, I can feel like another being, another conscious being in our vicinity. So yeah, we got up out of there. And then when we got back in the cabin, bro, that's when like when I had left the cabin, the shrooms wasn't really hitting like that. But then when I got back into the cabin, the shrooms was hit. They was hitting. They was hitting. And it's not like I was overwhelmed or anything. It was just a very different experience than what I had experienced before. So boom, we had jazz music playing. I had jazz music playing since literally the day before, and it was just continuously playing because I just love jazz. And I honestly believe jazz is like, you know, the background music. Like that's the theme song to my life, you know? So boom, when I got back into the cabin, it was as if I had became the jazz, bro. Like I was the jazz. The jazz is me. And it just goes back to the, you know, the truth that we are all one. Like all is mind and we are all one, you know? So like, it was like, I don't even know how to explain it, bro. Like the jazz was me. I was the jazz. I was the jazz. Like the jazz was in me, you know? It wasn't playing from the TV. It was playing from me. The jazz was me. Like, I don't think y'all understand. So I immediately start dancing because I'm just like a very expressive person. So like when I feel the urge to move, I'm going to move through that energy. So I immediately start dancing and everything. And it's just like, bro, when I was dancing, it just felt like I was in a trance. Like I was in a trance. Like there was no separation, you know? There was no separation between my body and the jazz music that was playing. I was the jazz was moving through me. It was heavenly, unlike no other. It was, wow. Like I still remember how that felt. Like it was, I was the jazz. I am jazz. I am jazz. I am jazz. You know. So boom, like I remember I had to use the bathroom, and as the thing about being on mushrooms is you can literally ask any question and receive an answer. That's why intention is so important, because when you go into that trip with the intention to like gain answers about any dilemma or whatever you might have going on in your life, you will get them answers. So boom, what I was trying to do was understand where I knew my man from. Because like when I first met him, even though I've never met anyone like him, I felt like I had met him before. And I had never experienced deja vu until I met him. So it would literally just be random moments of us like talking on the phone, and I'm just getting such bad deja vu, and I'm just like, bro, like this has happened before. So as I was on the toilet, I was just thinking, I'm like, bro, where do I know this person from? And then boom, all of a sudden I'm just getting visions and emotions and sounds of us in a past life. And I'm just like, bro, like, I know you. I know you. I know you. I know you, bruh. So it was just like I remember coming out to him, and I'm just like, bro, like, I know where I know you from. And I told him about the past life and everything. And like, literally, he was confused at first, because he was like, you know, fuck she's talking about, like. And then boom, like he was getting all the emotions, and he really didn't fully understand that until days later, where he got like, you know, the visions and everything from our past life. But like, yeah, we found out that we shared a past life together, which is why like I was experiencing these moments of deja vu whenever we were together, because like our souls are very familiar with one another. So what else do I want to talk about? It was just, y'all, it's like, I'm definitely going to have to make this into 2 parts, because like whenever we got in the cabin, that's when like, it was like, okay, light is cool. You know, the light is cool. Now it's time to enter the darkness. And the darkness is not bad. The darkness is darkness. You know, everything goes through the darkness in order to reach the light. Darkness is where creation happens. So before we get to that, I want to talk about how this is why your setting is also important. Because whenever you're on mushrooms, you're just very sensitive to energies. Like your like tentacles are very receptive to all, even the, you know, the slightest energy. So I remember I don't even know what I was doing, but I had grabbed the wall. And remember, I said we were in a cabin. It was kind of like, I feel like a barn house would have been a better description for the B&B, but they call it a cabin. But like, you know how in a barn house they have like wood walls and everything. So I touched the wall. I think I was like picking myself up or something. I touched the wall, and then boom, I'm flashed back to a past life that I had experienced, where I was basically a beach bum, you know. I was a surfer. I lived in a beach house. The beach house was made of the same material in the cabin, which is why touching it brought me back to that past life. So I lived in a beach house. All I did was surf, lay on the beach, and just enjoy life. You know, that was my life as a surfer in that lifetime. And touching the wall had brought me back to that life. And I was just astonished, because I'm just like, whoa, like before doing all this, I was not conscious that I had lived any lives before this, you know. So I was just flashed back to that life, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, whoa, like I was I was literally just out here living life and surfing and just laying by the beach and living in a beach house. Like, it was so, and the beach house was so beautiful too. I was like, whoa, like I got taste for real, you know? So, that was just very cool to me how, like, you know, just touching certain things within our environment led me back to that past life. Another thing that occurred was that I kept seeing, like, I kept having flashes of the Confederate flag, right? And I'm just like, why the fuck am I like thinking about the Confederate flag right now? So whenever I like sat down and meditated and focused on the Confederate flag, again, I was flashed back to a past life where I was enslaved. And I was, you know, very brutally beaten and just mistreated, like as enslaved people are. And that was more of my soul's lineage rather than like my ancestral lineage, because, you know, my ancestral lineage is from Togo, West Africa. We're not African American specifically, but my soul had experienced an incarnation where I was enslaved. So, yeah, it was just remembering, you know, the multitude of lives that I have lived. It just really put into perspective how, you know, fleeting life is, like, especially this lifetime that I'm living right now. Like, just as, you know, all those lives came and went, like this one will too. And it really just put me back in the present moment. That's one thing about mushrooms though, is like you're so heavily present, you know. I don't know where my phone was at this time. And again, the concept of time, like time, as we know, time is not real. Time is a man-made thing. So when you're on mushrooms, you are existing outside of the concept of time, because you could literally blink and like 5 hours has gone by. You wouldn't be able to tell, because it's just like, you know, you're just existing in every now moment. So yeah, once I like came back to that those past lives, especially the one of me being enslaved, it was just like really heavy for me, because I was just experiencing all over again the, you know, the trauma from that past life. And okay, another thing that was really weird for me is like, because I would take off my glasses, because it's just like I just didn't want to wear glasses anymore. And it's like when you're on mushrooms and like you wear prescription glasses because your vision isn't 20/20, you'll notice that like your eyes are trying so hard to be able to see, because it's just like, why am I not able to see? Like, why is it that I have to rely on glasses to see? That's just like, it's just so crazy to me, especially when you're on mushrooms. It's just so frustrating, because it's just like, I should just be able to see. Like, why do I have to wear glasses? Like, it just pisses me off so bad, because it's just like, why can I not see with my eyes that were given to me? What? So like whenever I had taken my glasses off, my eyes were low-key starting to hurt, because you can tell they're trying so hard to be able to see clearly, but they just are unable to. And I'm just like, and it just pisses me off, because I'm like, why can I not see? Like, let's really talk about it. Why is it that some humans are just not able to just see clearly? Like, why can I not see my environment clearly? So whenever I was tired of that, I told my man, like, give me my glasses and everything. And then this part tripped me up so bad. So because I guess my consciousness was still in a state of, I think I had like risen past, I think I either like had risen past my higher self or was in a state of all, you know, whenever you reach that state where you are consciousness itself, you don't identify with your physical being. It's like, I asked him to hand me my glasses. He gave me my glasses, and I was just like, bro, whose fucking glasses are these? Like, these are not my glasses. I don't know if I was just like still resonating with a past life or something, but I was looking, these are the glasses. I was looking at these glasses. I'm like, bro, these are not my glasses. Like, I was so, you know, set on I was like, these are not my glasses. Like, whose glasses are these? I dead thought he had got like some random glasses that was in the B&B and like handed them to me. I'm like, bro, these are not my glasses. But I put them on, lo and behold, I can see with them. Like, they are meant for my eyes. I can see with them. But I was just so confused because I'm just like, like, these are not my glasses. I'm thinking like what it was is like I was still like resonating with the past life that I had worn a different pair of glasses, and I was looking for those glasses specifically. So when he handed me these, I was just so in shock because I'm just like, whose fucking glasses are these? Like, these are not my glasses. So that really tripped me up so fucking bad because I was just like, how is it that, I mean, these glasses are made for me and like I can see through them with my eyes, but like they don't feel like mine. Like, they just looked so unfamiliar. They felt so unfamiliar. But then when I put them on, I could see. So I was just like, what the fuck is going on for real? Like, what the fuck is happening? So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there because I don't want this video to be too long. Y'all, like, comment for part 2 because part 2 is where we really get into some shit, bro. That's when all the ancestral healing starts to go down. That's where all the purging starts to go down, bro. That's where it happens, okay? So I don't want to make this too long, and I'm about to go do some other stuff. So like and comment for part 2 because it just gets so much better. But yeah, if you are, I'm a psychedelic advocate. I think that we can really use this plant medicine in order to help heal us. The earth needs healing right now. We need healing right now. We need to learn to love one another right now. And that's what psychedelics are. They remind you of the one truth, which is love. So if you're not ready for that though, or if you want to do some preparation in order to get ready for, taking your first psychedelic trip or anything, comment down below ebook and I will, get in touch with you to send you my free shadow work ebook that really helps you get down into the nitty gritty of like, the patterns and identities and beliefs that you hold about yourself, the traumas that you may not have healed from, that you want to like, bring to light before, you have psychedelics bring them to light. So I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. Again, comment for part 2 because I'm going to make that and share that with y'all. So yeah, until I see you all again, peace and love to you all. Bye.